No NHL team had more first-rounders in their lineup in 2009-10s than the Washington Capitals. 10 of them in all. Semin, Gordon, Fair, Ovechkin, Schultz, Green, Backstrom, Varlamov, Alzner, and Carlson. They're about to make their first-round pick at number 26.
Mentioned, by the way, that the Washington Capitals had 3 first-round picks in 2004. Edmonton also had 3 first-round picks in 2007, the year they took Sam Gagner early on. But James mentioned how Washington had 10 first-round picks in the lineup this year. 9 of them were regulars, and John Carlson, their first round in 08, looks like a real player. Carl Alzner as well. So the Caps went from a team that used to trade first-round picks away and acquire players to a team that's really built through the draft. And the question now for the Caps is, what direction do you go? And for a while there, they went heavily European. You know, Ovechkin, Varlamov, Alexander Semin. Now there's suggestions they might try to trade Alexander Semin, who's got a year to go in his contract at $6 million. But there's Kuznetsov there. If they wanted to go European, they've been trending towards Swedish players the last couple of years, and they like them a lot. They really think that of course, Nicholas Backstrom's been excellent for them.
On the mock draft that you did with Craig Button, he had them taking a sweet Oscar Lindberg from the...
Craig did, yep. Washington Capitals are pleased to select from Russia, Evgeny Kuznetsov.
Ooh, there you go.
Whoa.
So back to Russia they go. Now, Evgeny Kuznetsov is a fascinating story. A young man from Chelyabinsk in Russia, very dire economic circumstances. The family lived in a 2-bedroom or 2-room apartment. His younger brother was murdered at the age of 13, and a crime that has still not been solved. The young man has really worked his way through, had a very good World Junior for the Russians, but a guy who is desperate to make it to the National Hockey League. More than anything, wants to play in the NHL and will do anything that an organization asks to play in that league.
He was just okay at the World Junior Championship. The Russians obviously disappointed with their finish. They got Niederreiter right out of the tournament, and he had 2 goals in 6 games there. Just okay, but he had a much better second half than he did in the first half. I mean, this guy has dynamic qualities. He's a very dynamic player. The knock on him with a lot of really skilled high-end players is that he doesn't bring it every night, that there's a huge inconsistency factor there. That inconsistency factor was most evident in the first half of the season and at the World Juniors, less so in the second half of the season. Some people say he's got some Datsuk-like qualities. He's got 2 years left on his contract with Chelyabinsk. You're right, Gord. He says he wants to play in the National Hockey League. He plans on playing in the NHL, but at this moment in time, he told everybody at the Combine, and he was interviewed by 29 of 30 teams at the Combine, that he would not be coming to the National Hockey League for a 2-year period.
And that's perfect for Washington. They don't need him for 2 years.
10 years ago,